Hello, guys. Welcome back.
Welcome to the podcast.
Marlena and Kevin.
That is us.
All right. Let's get right to it.
Okay, what do you have for us today, Marlena?
Okay. So, we actually have a couple of emails.
Okay.
So, this first one that have for today is, if you remember a few episodes back, I asked for you guys to send us your foods, weird foods that you guys eat.
Oh.
So this one says, "Hi, totally love your podcast. I was tripping out on the rice and with water one, and I have a few family recipes that I guess are weird too."
Okay.
They say, "I eat sopa de fideo." So, Kevin, I make this at home. You're not a fan, but and she explains what it is. It's a tomato-based soup, like alphabet soup.
Right.
But she eats it with bananas.
Bananas?
So it's like a tomato soup. For those of you who didn't grow up, me and this person grew up in Latino households. And it's basically a soup, a tomato-based soup, like she said. It either has like alphabets in it or like small shells, or it could be made with other things. But
right.
And then depending on the family, they add either different things to it, either onion or sour cream, I've heard of as well.
And apparently bananas.
Well, she puts bananas in it. It says, "My grandma had shown us this, and this is how me and my mom always eat it." I mean, imagine eating a tomato soup with bananas.
I don't think tomatoes have ever paired with a banana before.
It's very weird. I guess it's like a sweet and salty thing, because the sopa de fideo soup is, it's kind of a salty soup. So
I guess, but I don't know. Do they cook the bananas? Do they do like a fried banana situation and then throw it in there? Or they're just chopping up some bananas and tossing in some slices?
I don't think they cook it. I think it's just a regular, fresh out of the grocery store banana.
Y'all are wild. Y'all are wild out there.
And that she says that, and I eat spaghetti with no meat, with sour cream. The only way I could eat it now. I'm not a fan of sour cream.
With no meat and sour cream.
I've heard, so no meatballs, no ground beef in her spaghetti, but she eats it with sour cream.
Like instead of the tomato sauce, or like on
no,
top of
it's still the spaghetti sauce.
Okay, well, yeah.
He's speechless.
I just couldn't imagine tossing some sour. I mean, I guess sour cream you could put people put it in soups and stuff like that. I mean, I guess it could go into like spaghetti? A sauce. I don't know. Maybe it makes it creamier or something.
Yeah, I assume it makes it creamier.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
ain't gonna knock you for it.
I've heard people put sour cream in, like a lot of different Mexican households put sour cream in a lot of things. So like tamales, soup, the sopa de fideo, the tomato soup, I've heard someone put sour cream in it.
No, I really like sour cream on certain things for sure. Like it pairs well with a lot of foods, but I just never even thought to toss it into my spaghetti sauce.
Well, that was the end of the weird food recipes. I have another one, but I think I'll save it for something that I have a topic for.
Okay.
Did you want me to go, or do you want to go first for our topics?
Oh, you go ahead.
Okay, I'll just go since I have an email relating to it.
Sure.
Okay, so I was thinking myself when I was sharing all my secret and embarrassing myself with the dating stories that I had.
Yes, yep.
Well, I wanted to find some more things. So I found
you?
No, I found some things online.
All right.
Yes, I have a biography.
Create a list of all the embarrassing things to happen to me.
Oh, goodness. Imagine. Yikes. So I found this on BuzzFeed, and this is by Christopher Hudspeth, I think. Hudspeth. And it is dating app screenshots of conversations.
Ooh.
And let's get to it. So this first one, it says, what do you do for fun? The person says, I don't know. Well, do you watch movies? Yeah, why? I don't know. I want to get to know you better. Oh.
Oh, no.
What is your favorite movie? I don't know.
Wow. Well, what a fun conversation. Thanks for all your input.
Don't you fucking hate that?
I can't imagine, like, why
would
even...
you go on a dating site?
Yeah, why even sign up if you're not even going to participate in the conversations? That's kind of weird.
I have a feeling, though, because I feel like I might have done something, not to that extent, but it's like whenever I was bored, as single, and I was on a dating site, if I was bored, you know, what else is there to do? So maybe he was just passing time and didn't really care about dating.
Yeah, but what is the point? Like, what do you get out of that, you know? Just watching somebody try? Like, it just seems so weird to me, to where, like, you're not even going to participate in the conversation at all.
It kind of sucks at being on the other end of it, for sure, being, you know, trying to find somebody to go on a date with, and there's just this dry ass guy or girl, I don't know, that's just not giving you anything. So it's like, okay, well, fucking glad I'm not wasting more time on you. Goodbye.
Pretty much. If you ask 3 questions and you've gotten 3 words in response, then I think that conversation is pretty much over, right?
Yeah.
That's how I feel about
it. Let's see. This next one. Do you want to hear the best joke ever? They replied, I've already seen your profile, Jamie.
Oh.
But
spicy. All right.
There's a lot of spicy ones in this one.
That's spicy.
Okay.
Yeah, it says, shut down right away. All right.
This one says, the first response, wanna Venmo me $5? They respond saying, thanks for reminding me how miserable Tinder is. And then the first guy says, wow, you're so unique and so much better than everyone else. Wow, a record collection? Surely no one else has one. You're so different and special. You're totally not like other guys. And then the second person responds, at least I'm not begging for money, LOL.
Yeah, for real. I don't know how you hit up random people and ask for money. That's weird.
Like,
that's a weird one.
I wonder if that has worked. You think it has? I don't know. I doubt it. He just wanted to shoot a shot and see if it happens, it happens. Not. I don't know.
She's not even offering a booby pic or something, you know? Like, hey, send me $5, I'll send you a nipple.
I've heard though that prostitutes go on dating sites.
Oh, for sure.
And especially, I've heard this for men, that men on dating sites get a lot of prostitutes. Yeah. And at first they're acting like, oh yeah, I want to go on a date, but a date costs this much. And then the guy, like, it's constantly filled like with messages like that.
Sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, it's constantly on the guy side is all of those messages. And then for the girls, it's just a bunch of dick pics and racy text messages.
Yeah. It's usually like for the prostitutes, so like, you know, hey, add me on Snap, and then that's where they do they conduct all their businesses on Snapchat, you know?
Yeah, it's the new way of prostitution.
Yep. Works great. Everything's deleted after 24 hours.
Let's see. This next one. So this is only one person speaking. Okay.
Okay.
Says, we should do something together this weekend. Do you have time later? Let's eat something together. I've got us a table for 6.
Ooh.
At blank. You'll love it. I'm leaving now. Do you want me to pick you up? Where do you stay? I am already in Christchurch. And then later on it says, time wasting bitch. He had a conversation all by himself.
Oh, man.
Scheduled a date all by himself. And then got pissed off about it.
Time wasting bitch. Come on, girl. How dare you waste this man's time?
I mean, really? I don't get it.
That's an odd one. That's an odd fella right there.
Why would you just go on without, like, you don't even get one response? Like, why do you just continue? That's really putting yourself out there.
Sure, he was shooting his shot, you know?
Like, oh, hope she comes.
Giving it the
Fingers
old college
crossed.
try.
Fingers fucking crossed.
Maybe she'll come. I wonder how long he sat there for waiting.
I wonder, maybe 5 more minutes.
Did he eat appetizers at least?
Maybe I'll order us a drink.
A couple bottles of wine.
It's fucked up. Next. What do you do for work? Person says, I'm a business owner. Very cool. You like doing it? Second person says, can you stop asking such stupid questions? Who doesn't like making money?
Oh, God.
The first person says, I didn't ask if you like making money. I asked if you like what you do. Everyone likes making money. Some people fucking hate their jobs. The second person says, I'm a business owner. I'm not a migrant worker.
Jesus.
And then the first person, okay, ... So you love your job. Got it.
Wow.
What the fuck is this guy's problem?
How do you just like come out there that like what are you expecting to get out of Tinder or whatever this app was?
He's
so crazy.
He just thinks he's so above everyone.
Yep. Can you stop asking stupid fucking questions?
I'm a business owner. Oh, do you like doing it? Like, are you stupid?
Yeah.
Who doesn't like making money? And then he goes, I'm a business owner. I'm not a migrant worker. What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Yep.
And this is a guy.
Yeah, how you can tell they're a pompous white dude.
Jesus Christ. Okay, next one. You know when you type the word hey?
Yeah, and you go, hey, like 3 Ys.
Yes, so that's what she's talking about.
Yeah.
So, the more Ys somebody has in their hey, the more interested they are in you. With that being said, hey, with like 4 Ys. And then they respond, he.
Oh, not a single Y?
No Ys. No Ys in that at all.
He said, nah, girl.
He goes, he? That's some cold shit.
God damn. Ruthless from the get-go.
Next. Hey, blank. Don't make plans this Saturday because we're going to do something. Second person. You look like you'd lose a fight with a chihuahua.
All right.
First person. I don't fight dogs, but apparently I swipe right on them.
Did they have the little horns?
Hey, no, that was just my effect. You're welcome. Wasn't it great? No sound effects at all.
Oh, man.
Why? Okay.
There's a reason why all these people have to use these dating apps. You know what I'm saying?
Last one. I know, right? It says, what is your favorite dinosaur? The second person says, the Triceratops. Did I ruin your joke? By the way, her name's Sarah.
Oh.
The first person says, no, I just wanted to know what your favorite dinosaur was. Gee, Sarah. Second person says, oh, I'm so sorry. At least now you know. First person says, I mean, Triceratops ain't even that cool. Second person says, okay, what's your favorite? First person, a Triceratopless.
Oh.
Smooth. Got him.
Nice, dude. I hope you got the number. Get those 7 digits.
Those are kind of fun and short.
Yeah.
Well, now I can read my email.
Okay.
Okay. This person says, I wanted to read this because I feel like it relates.
Sure.
Sort of. Who knows? You be the judge. Says, hi, Marlena and Kevin. I just wanted to share with you guys a crazy situation that happened today at work. I'm only sharing because you guys are always talking about wild situations and fucked up things that happen to people. LOL. So basically, I'm a supervisor at my job and I help my bosses with hiring people and the training process for these new employees. Today was the first day for this new guy, and I had to help him get started with everything, and it was all going well until 2 hours into his shift. He says he got an emergency phone call from his dad and that he was in the hospital because he couldn't breathe.
Ooh.
Of course, in this day and age, I'm not going to doubt that this was true. I felt bad, so I told him he could go to his dad and do whatever he needs to do.
It's reasonable.
It goes on to say, an hour or two later, after he left, he texted me thanking me for letting him leave early to go drop off things for his dad at the hospital. And then that's when shit got weird. ... I told him it was no problem and that I hoped his dad was okay. ... He then randomly asked my age. I immediately thought it was odd, so I lied and I said I was older than I really am. He then texted back, basically asking me out. His exact words were, asking you to dinner would be against the rules, huh?
Oh, no.
I was in disbelief. Who asked their supervisor out on their first day?
Yeah, that's... You didn't even have an opportunity to read the room, dude. You left early.
You spent 2 hours with her.
Jeez.
And you called out, but not called out, but you left early on your first day. That doesn't already look good.
Yeah, because your dad has breathing problems and he's in the hospital. Yeah.
And then you ask her out through text message. That is fucking weird. She goes on a little bit saying, so she says, who asked their supervisor on their first day? She says it in capital letters. I cannot believe this guy. Some people are just dumbasses, and that can't be helped. I look forward to your guys' feedback on this. Keep doing what y'all doing. Thank you. They didn't sign their name, but thank you so much for telling us this random ass motherfucker story.
Thanks for the email. So did you go out with him? Did you say yes?
I think not.
That is so crazy. I don't understand the thought process there. You went home early and then you're like, you know what? Chick was pretty cool though, actually. So let me just, let me give it a chance here.
I'm thinking to myself, one, he's either a fucking dumbass and thought he could try to shoot his shot. I don't know.
Yeah.
Two, this is his way of quitting because he probably lied to get out of work after 2 hours, and then obviously isn't concerned about his dad anymore.
He was probably gonna quit anyways, and he was like, you know what, might as well try.
It was his first day.
Let's give it a shot.
His first day, 2 hours in.
He didn't like it.
But okay, let me try to shoot my shot with the supervisor, the one showing me around and helping me get logged in and timed in and all this bullshit.
Hey, for the boys out there, they all know it's a numbers game. You know, you got to ask everybody out. Everybody.
The audacity. I'm curious if he expects to come back and ask her for a response. Like,
hey, you never
comes
in, you never responded to me. So, Friday or?
Oh my god, how embarrassing.
We get paid this Friday, right?
I don't know. If in that situation, are they allowed to fire him?
Well, yeah. I mean, he's not even on his probation period. Or, I mean, he's not out of his probation period or anything. I'm assuming the job has it. Why not? He's already, like, he
sexual
left
harassment.
Early, and it is a form of harassment for sure. You can't be asking your coworkers out, your boss out, you know? Your supervisor, you can't ask your supervisor out. Yeah, basically they just mail him his 2 hours in a check. And that's it. They're like, hey, you're kind of done here. At least she has it in text, so she could just send it to HR.
Yeah, imagine.
If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Sometimes people start a job and they're just like bad at it. They're just real bad at it. And it's just like, well, sorry, it's not going to work out here. And this is that case.
At my job, there's a few positions open, and every time there seems to be a situation with everyone who applies or anyone who comes in because they don't want the job.
Right.
So I don't know if it's because of COVID and like I'm assuming the unemployment checks are stopped coming in because they'll come in for an interview and then okay, call back for the first day to come in and then like they shut off their phone.
Yeah.
So it's like they apply, they came in for an interview, and then by the time that they say, "Oh yeah, sure, let's bring you in on this day," and then they just either don't show up the first day, or they come in for the. We've had people come in on the first day and then tell us later that day after the shift is over that they're not planning on coming back.
Yeah, I mean, some jobs are just like kind of boring, right? I mean, if I had a job where like I worked security before, there's definitely been times where I'm just like I'm not gonna do this anymore. Totally done. And it's just because it's like what is the job? You're just kind of waiting for something to happen. But
yeah,
security,
but I mean,
nothing happens.
It's easy money.
But that's the thing. Like I had a buddy who had a job just recently that he quit, where his job was to answer the phone and tell whoever called that they were closed because of COVID. That was his job. And he got 3 calls a shift. For 8 hours, he got 3 phone calls. What he was supposed to do in the meantime? Nothing at all. Just kind of sit there and wait.
I mean, you get to watch Netflix on your phone all day.
But there's only so much of that you can do. Like, it sounds nice in theory, but then you do it for a few weeks, right? And you're like, this is the worst. It's just a brainless activity. We need stimulation as human beings. We need something to be involved in, right? So when you have a job like that where it's just a whole lot of nothing, it's just I don't know.
I mean, I remember having a job where I had a lot of downtime, and not granted not the entire shift, but anyway, I was watching either shows or I think a couple times I was reading a book. I don't know. It was kind of nice to just get paid and not do anything. I mean, isn't that kind of the goal?
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of the goal, like to get paid for little work?
No. No, and I think not. Just because
I'm completely wrong in this.
Yeah, to me, yes, absolutely. Because I've quit jobs because I was bored of them. It's one of those things. You need some sort of stimulation. You need some sort of growth. Most people do. Some people can just be okay with it, but like I don't know. For me, definitely not. I can't just do the same thing. It needs to be. There needs to be something. There needs to be something new, some improvement that you're making. Otherwise, like, what's the point? What's the point? Because you're spending your time there, and like to me, like your time is being spent getting money. But it's like, I don't know. If the end result is just money, then like, what do you really like long term getting out of it? Because all you're doing is paying bills at that point. Do you want to live to pay bills, or do you want something? I don't know.
I mean, but watching Netflix and shit, that's kind of fun to get paid for.
Yeah.
Or reading a book or fucking writing a book. I don't fucking know how much time you have. Studying. People would I remember people told me that they had studied, for tests at school or
if you have a boring job, if you have a job where you don't have to do too much, it's not super demanding, and you're also going to school so you can get your schoolwork done, then yeah, you're getting something out of it. But if you're just doing that job and it's just this boring job and you answer 3 phone calls a day, nah.
Okay, well, different strokes for different folks.
Well, because you think about it like this, right? Like the more work you have to do, the quicker your day goes by, right? Is that the case for you? Yeah, the more stuff you have to do, the time just flies by. So if you have nothing at all, and you sit there and you watch 3 episodes of something, and you're like, fuck, I'm an hour and a half into this shift. I just watched 3 episodes of How I Met Your Mother. Like, what am I doing? Like, am I really going to have to watch 12 more episodes before I go home?
In my head, it's like, I mean, I could be doing this at home.
Yeah, you could be doing it at home.
But
and
I'm
I would
doing it
rather
here
be
and I'm
doing it at
getting
home.
paid for it. I
At
don't
home,
know.
at home you have freedom. When you're there, you still have to answer that phone.
Again, everyone has their own thing, but
Sure.
I wouldn't mind. I mean, eventually, I don't know. If I wanted to do something else, I'd do something else. That's what you apply to another job, I guess. But anyway, okay, Kevin, you had a topic for us.
Well, Marlena, do you like to go camping?
I feel like that's a complicated question because
Sure.
I have gotten asked this before from different people, but I feel like it's always a complicated question because people camp differently. Everyone camps differently.
Mm-hmm.
Either you straight fucking roughing it, don't bring toilet paper, you sleep on the fucking floor.
Who doesn't bring toilet paper? Those are animals.
Only eat fish for food every day, and that's it. You piss in the ground, dig a hole in the dirt for a shit, and that's it.
Yeah, that's living
people
right there.
Camp like that. Other people take a fucking RV to camp, and then it's like glamping. All you need is just the outdoors, have a campfire, maybe fish or two.
Yeah.
But then you come home in the RV and you sleep in a bed in AC. I mean, what I have done, which I have enjoyed, is we bring food. So we go to the grocery store, we bring food.
Right.
And usually there's like little grills there.
Mm-hmm.
And we cook our food, eggs or whatever, breakfast and lunches or whatever. And then we go fishing. And for those people who want to eat the fish, they eat the fish. If not, then we have other food there. And there's a set of restrooms just around the corner to use the restroom. We bring inflatable mattresses and a sleeping bag on top, and that's how we sleep in the tent. I mean, it's different for everybody. So it's like whenever someone wants to invite me out to go camping, I'm just not sure how to respond because I don't know how they camp, and I'm not super outdoorsy.
You gotta ask. You gotta be like, whoa. When you say camping,
what kind of camping we're talking here?
You're talking air mattresses or sleeping bags? I'm
not sleeping on no pebbles in the dirt.
No, you gotta rake them off.
I need mosquito repellent. I need, I guess, a blow-up mattress and a sleeping bag and a tent, toilet paper, and restrooms nearby. I'm not fucking pissing in the dirt, squatting in the dirt. At least that.
Sure.
At least that. What kind of camping do you do?
Usually in the past, no air mattress, but would have a sleeping bag and a tent. The last time I actually went camping in Big Bear, it was with a few of my friends. And we had our fair share of alcohol, as you do on these camping adventures. You drink an excess amount over the weekend, and you go on hikes and stuff, and you go fishing in the stream. We caught the fish, and we put some sliced lemon on it, and I think some rosemary or something. I think we bought some rosemary at like the local store or whatever before we went out there. Something like that. Wrapped it up in some foil and like tossed it on the grill, Pretty much steam it. But
restrooms?
I think there were restrooms, yeah. I don't know. I was drunk.
You don't remember?
I don't remember going to the bathroom. That's not the point of it.
I mean, I guess for men it's not as well, I mean, unless you need to take a
woods.
shit. But if you take a shit, what did you do when you needed to take a shit?
Dug a big hole. That's what we
did.
No, I've never shat in a hole before.
Okay, well, what did you do?
There probably was a restroom somewhere. Or I just held it for like 3 days.
Okay.
I could do that too.
I've never seen you hold a shit for 3 days.
Where we haven't been camping.
You take a scheduled poop every morning.
Bright and early. That's how I start my day. No, but so like that's kind of what we did. And then I remember that night it got so cold because we were drinking all day and so you're fine, but then like it was so cold at night that me and my buddy just decided to go into the back of his fucking truck because it was fucking freezing, so we ended up just sleeping in his truck. Or he had like the bench seats in the front and the back. So he was in the front of his truck and I was in the back. Goddamn, it was so warm in there. It was fueled by our beer farts.
Ew.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do to keep warm.
It probably stank up in there. Disgusting. Hotboxing it with your fucking farts.
It was fucking freezing. I think I remember, like, he was just like, we were just like laying there shivering, you know, for a long time. And then, I don't know, maybe we slept for a little bit, but he was just like, hey, you awake? And I'm like, yeah. You cold?
It's
Yeah.
cold as shit in here.
You want to go in the truck? Yeah. And we just like went in the truck. We're like, nope, we're not camping. Not camping today. I mean, technically, you're camping. You're out in the woods, you know. But anyways, I ask because I have, you know, I found some spooky camp stories.
Ooh.
Some real stories from people.
I thought you didn't believe in no ghosts.
It's not necessarily ghosts. It's, you know, this is an Ask Reddit thread from a few years back, and it said, Campers of Reddit, what is the scariest, creepiest, most disturbing thing that has happened to you in the woods?
Mm-mm.
So anytime you've been out in the woods or anything, has anything crazy happened to you, Marlena?
No, I don't think so. I've only camped like maybe twice or 3 times.
Right.
But I don't think. I mean, I probably heard rustling in the middle of the night or something, but other than that, I don't think anything scary's happened.
I think the scariest thing I saw was bears. They were black bears though, so they're more scared of people.
Were they nearby?
Yeah, this was like when I was a kid. I was camping with my dad and brother, and I think the rest of the family were there too. But we, like, near the bathrooms, I think we were walking down, like, it was at like one of those campsites, right? So they had restrooms and all that stuff. We're walking down towards the bathrooms, and like there's like a big crowd of people just kind of standing like in the road. So we like go over to where they're all standing, and they're all looking at like these trash cans, and all of a sudden you see a bear head just pop out, like, boop. Here I am. It was a black bear, and there was like 2 cubs there. So it was just like, all right, well, go piss in the woods, guys, because it was kind of like near the restrooms.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and you never want to, you know, test a bear with its cubs. They don't like that. They don't like you getting near them. They're just trying to eat some food, you know. They don't need us disturbing them. So I don't remember, but I think we just kind of like took a piss and just went back. Or I think we went there to take showers or something. I think it was one of those where they had like open showers. So we were just like, skip the showers tonight. Head back to the campsite. We're sleeping dirty today.
Oh, I remember there at my other requirement, showers nearby as well. I think you
That's
needed
what the stream is for.
I think you needed to like insert quarters or something for the water to turn on, and then you'd basically just paying for a water, like those car washes that you'd have to pay for the water for. Insert a bunch of.
Was the water cold?
I don't remember, honestly. I don't think it was that. I think it's probably warm.
Any campsite that I've ever been to that had those, the water was always just freezing, like absolutely freezing. So it was just like you took a minute in there, you know. You washed the, you know, your nether regions,
your dirty bits,
your dirty boy bits, and you cleaned them. You got the hell out of there, you know.
What about your hair?
Fuck it.
Or your armpits.
We're camping. We're smelling like smoke.
Oh, yeah. The campfire always made your hair smell like smoke.
Of course, yeah. Everything smelled like smoke. Your skin would smell like smoke. Your clothes, everything. So, yeah, I found this thread. The scariest, creepiest, most disturbing things that happened to you in the woods.
And what did they say?
Well, this user said when he was younger, around 14 or 15 years old, my family used to camp at a state park. Every night, my friends and I would walk through the woods. We called this the ritual. This particular night, we decided to walk further into the woods than usual. We had flashlights, but we liked to try to navigate through the woods with them turned off. We were about half a mile from the nearest campsite when we heard soft whispering behind us. Uh-oh. It's getting a little spicy. Obviously, we hit the flashlights and spun around. Didn't see anything. So we kept walking, and we hear it again. This time, we stop and look a bit before we decided to head back to our campsite. Then we see what's whispering. It's a lady crawling on the ground, whispering just random words.
What the fuck?
She was wearing dark clothes and was covered in dirt. When she sees that we notice her, she stands up and declares that she is looking for her campsite.
What the fuck?
Ain't that some shit? She was just looking for her campsite, just crawling around in the woods.
Ain't that some shit?
This is the crazy part. We ended up walking her back to the campground and tried helping her find her group. Turns out she was just super drunk and high and got lost trying to find the bathroom.
Oh my god.
Her friends didn't even notice that she was missing. And if we didn't go that far into the woods, she would have been lost all night. It was pretty creepy.
What the fuck?
Imagine seeing some broad just in the fucking woods in the middle
crawling
of the night.
on her hands and knees?
Crawling around whispering, "Where's my campsite? Where's my campsite?" Fuck, I'm lost.
I'm so fucking lost and drunk,
fucking
guys.
lost.
I'm fucking lost and drunk, guys.
I'm lost. I'm drunk. I'm high.
I'll just follow these kids.
There's these kids over here.
They don't have flashlights.
Help, I don't know where my campsite is.
I mean, they don't have their flashlights on. Help! And then she just darts up like, hi, I'm fucking drunk. Can you lead me in the right direction?
Yeah, I just, oof.
It kind of just sounds like you're not hallucinating, but it's like you think you see this woman on the floor covered in dirt, but then you realize later, oh, this is a real woman trying to just lost. Like, it doesn't sound like that should be the end of that. It sounds like, and those kids were never heard from again.
I mean, it's just like every scary movie, you know, like some lady crawling around
Ring style
in the dark, hair covering her face and shit. It's like,
all
no,
dirty.
No, I'm not helping you go find your campsite, you ghost.
Why was she crawling on the floor?
She was high out of her mind.
On mushrooms?
She's tripping balls.
Had some wild berries in the forest.
She was eating more than berries, let me tell you. So I got another one. Not really like, you know, ghost, spooky sort of thing, but pretty fucking scary if you ask me.
Okay.
So this guy says he's a safari guy here. He woke up one morning with something very warm, rather soft and comfy on his back. He realized his back was against the canvas of the tent. Realized it was an animal. It was really cold. It was a really cold winter night. Temperatures dropped close to 0 here on the low end. What the fuck? As he moved a bit, he heard the voice of his buddy from his tent. He spoke a bit hushed and with a definite tremble in his voice. He's like, "Hey, are you awake?" Stupid me replied with a strong voice, "Yes." The animal next to me got up and luckily ran away.
Oh.
It was a big male lion.
Shut the fuck up.
A big male lion. Just found a nice, comfy, warm spot next to this. You know, he's just looking for somewhere warm. He walked by this tent and he was like, "Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Where the
This rock is warm as shit."
He was just in the middle of a safari?
Yeah, he was a safari guide.
But he's in the tent.
He's inside of his tent, yeah.
How did the fucking lion get in his tent?
It wasn't in his tent. It was on the outside of his tent. It was laying against him from the outside.
Oh.
So the lion was just taking his good old little nap. He was just chilling next to the warmth.
This is a warm
you know?
spot.
Yeah, he was stoked. Found a warm spot until the warm spot started talking. Then he was upset. He's like, "I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Nah, shit, my warm spot.
This shit's haunted."
My warm spot woke up.
Yeah.
Ah, shit. Guess I gotta go home. Damn.
Isn't that something?
A lion?
A fucking lion.
I wouldn't know what to do.
I have a big like, here's my thing. I'm not afraid of like ghosts. I'm not afraid of ghouls, of demons, of spirits, of hauntings.
Oh,
nothing
you big,
like
strong
that.
man.
Aliens, nothing like that. Not afraid of anything like that because for the most part, I don't think they're real. Aliens, yeah, they're real, but they're not here, right? I just, those types of things don't like scare me. But like big killer apex predators, fuck yeah. I ain't fucking with no lions, no bears especially. Bears are the worst, dude. They'll just pin you down and eat you. Start talking about chimpanzees. Big brutal chimps. Fuck that. I ain't fucking with monkeys, no apes, nothing. No big giant animal.
Anything the size of yourself or bigger.
Yep.
I mean, only fucking makes sense. I mean, they're wild animals.
It's a fucking animal, dude.
Everyone's scared of shit like that.
They live every day just life and death situations. I don't. I'm soft. I'm a soft boy. Everybody is. You grow up in a society, you grow up in the suburbs, you have 4 walls around you when you sleep. You're soft. These animals, they're ruthless. They ain't dealing with your shit. Except for that lion, he was just looking for a cold or a warm spot to sleep.
He wanted someone to cuddle with.
He was looking for a cuddle, poor guy.
No.
And his cuddle started talking.
At least he could say he slept with a lion. That's pretty cool.
That's a crazy story, that's for sure.
And you have a witness.
I know, somebody else saw it.
That's insane.
It's pretty wild.
I can't imagine. I'd freak out.
All right, so this guy, he says, I was camping in a valley by myself with no cell service. I stayed late on a trail and ran into a nice local dude as it was getting dark. He showed me a local camping spot close to the road and river, but camouflaged. I had a fire, drank beer, listened to my friend's comedy podcast. I was loud and visible. Because it was dark already, I decided to sleep in the back of my truck under the topper next to all of my gear as opposed to setting up my tent. The next morning I made a fire, cracked a beer, and started making breakfast. Then I noticed that there was a man on the edge of my camp. He comes closer, but he never looks directly at me. This dude looks homeless, has a long, ratty beard, and has at least 100 plastic grocery bags tied all over his clothes. I commented about how nice the day is. No response from him. I offer him breakfast. Nothing. He sort of paces around the perimeter of my camp. I offer him beer, but he just turns around. The dude is just standing there, back to me, wandering around. I'm realizing that there isn't going to be any good happenings. I had my bear spray and a buck knife super close. I gave him an ultimatum. Motherfucker, you're either going to acknowledge me or leave immediately. He ignores me. I grab my bear mace and I walk a few steps towards him. He sulked away and I threw my shit in my truck and left that place that night. I wonder if he had watched me during the night, and I thank my laziness for staying in my truck instead of a tent.
Huh.
It's creepy as shit. This guy was probably watching him all night, or he's probably like pissed that he's like, this is my camp spot, dude.
This is where I sleep. You're in my house.
Come on, bro. Why does he have trash bags tied all over him?
He's a homeless man, like he said, right?
Yeah. How homeless do you have to be to start tying trash bags to yourself?
You need to keep your shit with you at all times. Can't leave that shit somewhere to steal.
Do you just tie it all over you?
I mean, yeah. That's why, there's people that just bring along, grocery carts full of shit all over the place. They can't leave that stuff somewhere because then they don't have their shit. They don't have their warm clothes for when it's cold out at night. They don't have their tent, their blankets.
I suppose.
Food, if they have food there.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. At some point, it's kind of a weird progression, right? Because you go from being civil, assuming your mental health is there and you just lost your home, right? So you're homeless. And it just progressively gets worse to where you're totally detached from normal human relations. And now you're tying all your shit to your body.
Well, you do what you got to do to survive, right?
I don't know.
And he lives at a campsite or wherever this was. And there's showers nearby. There's restrooms nearby. I mean, That's not too bad. You could fish for your food.
Yeah.
He's in a good spot. But yeah, in a open field of campsite, if it was you against this homeless man, the homeless man doesn't have anything to lose at this point.
Yeah, he's gonna take your shit. He's gonna take you.
Kill you for your shit.
Maybe.
And if he's fucking mentally ill, even worse.
He's got to be. He has all his shit tied to him. That's all I'm saying.
He needs his shit. It gets heavy. It's a lot of shit.
I don't know.
Did you have another story?
I got several stories. But these ones have less to do with camping and more to do with spooky paranormal activities, guys. Ghosts.
Oh, here we go again.
Here we go. Everybody's favorite subject, right?
Is it?
It is. What is more interesting than the supernatural, right? What's more interesting than spooky demons and ghosts?
What ghost stories do you have then? You got some good ones?
Got a couple. I got a couple here. All right.
Let's hear them.
So this person says,
terrify me.
Some of them are scary, some of them are not.
Now you're changing your tune?
No. I mean, some of them it's just my grandma visited me and it smelled like the cookies she used to make. It's just okay, well.
It smelled like some.
That's great. Why are you telling me?
Cookies.
I don't know. That's your situation. That's your fucking problem.
Smelled like the cookies that she used to make.
It smelled just like grandma's farts, I swear.
Oh, God.
So going on to the paranormal stories, this person says, from 3 until 13, I lived in a nice home out near Yosemite National Park. Just down a little dirt road, and if you've ever been around these parts, you'll know, miles away from civilization. My whole childhood, I was visited by this girl in white. She never spoke. I would just wake up in the night and see and feel her there. I asked my dad, and his response every time was, the men in our family can see ghosts. My rationale of this, the men in this family can see ghosts. My rationale of this, I'm a skeptic. I remain to this day, but this story I'm telling made me question it, was that we had some sort of mild schizophrenia running through our family. It didn't bother me. She didn't look like any other people. There was something off about her. After my father died and my mother decided to sell the house and we went to a realtor, we never once had contact with the buyers. We only knew them by name. And the son apparently came to school without sleep, repeatedly complaining that there was a girl who watched him at night and that needed to get out. Sends shivers up my spine every time I remember this.
So the new family that moved in saw the same shit that he used to see.
The boy that moved into his room saw the same exact shit. Some spooky little spirit girl.
And he chalked it up to mental illness.
He's like, oh, everybody's schizophrenic in this town.
It's his family. Hereditary schizophrenia.
I mean, he's explaining it himself, right? He's like, oh, this is a mild form. Like, there's obviously some sort of hallucination going on. He does that. But then, like, how do you explain it?
My dad's on crack.
How do you explain it when somebody you don't even know says the same exact thing, you know? That's when it becomes a little bit, like, muddled, right? There's probably a little girl just walking around that house. I don't know.
Well, he didn't believe it until...
She lives in the walls.
He didn't believe it until someone else had to confirm it for him, so...
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's part of, you know... I mean, I think I'd be fucking crazy, too, if I saw something that no one else can see. Until I got confirmation that someone else could see it, too.
I mean, yeah, that's some spooky shit. It's probably fake. Who knows, guys? Who really knows?
It's just for the likes.
He's doing it for the lulz. For the Keck W's.
What's the next one?
So this guy says, I am the eldest of 3 siblings. And of course, as we moved house to house, I got the basement bedroom most of the times. I was fine with this. Being the eldest, it let me have my privacy. The last home I lived in with my family before I moved out on my own, I spent 5 years in the basement bedroom. Through those 5 years, I experienced amazing night terrors and sleep paralysis on a very regular basis. There are a few instances where I would wake up and the closet on the far side of the room would be open just a crack, and I'd stare at it knowing I had to close it, and it would creak open just a little touch more. Then after what would seem like hours, slowly close and click shut. Not a slam, not a regular door close, a very slow, methodical one, if that makes sense. On 2 specific nights, I woke up, not suddenly like something jarred me, but just kind of rolled over, and at the foot of my bed I saw a girl standing there. She looked very young, black hair, dark dress, and she did not move, didn't make a sound, and I never could make out the face. Both times I reverted immediately back to being 5 years old, and I hid my face under my sheets while my heart rate went full marathon pace. Eventually I would feel like it wasn't there anymore, and I'd peek out and it would be gone. My parents are not believers in anything paranormal, and I never told them anything, thinking that they would think I'm crazy. I chalked it up to night terrors and extraordinary realistic dreams during paralysis. I moved out and far away. My next sibling in line got the coveted adult room in the basement, and life went on. I had a few Christmas visits and holiday runs, and at one point I remember going into that room to get a chair and seeing the closet door nailed shut from the outside. I didn't question it, as I thought there was no way it's related to my experience. Not long after that, on another return visit home, I went and checked the door. I checked the door to that closet. The nails were gone, but in place was a padlock, and there was clearly bundles of sages and sweetgrass hanging above the closet and above the only exterior window in. I worked up the nerve to ask my mom what the deal with the basement. She reluctantly told me that my brother had seen some things come in and out of the closet, and he had a girl appear beside his bed and terrorize him on several occasions. Now, no joke, I haven't told them what I saw, because I don't want them to have to move or be bothered with their basement over this. They are both retired, all kids have moved out, and they seem happy. They have also since gutted and renovated the whole basement. I've stayed there a few more times now with my wife, and nothing has happened. Pretty creepy, huh?
Yeah, especially if he said, like I said, it's back to this thing I just said.
Yeah,
like,
he didn't let anybody know, and then the same thing happened.
Yeah, you think you're fucking crazy, or your frightenings are to yourself until someone else confirms them for you. I mean, that's a big deal.
If some shit like that keeps happening, buy a camera.
Well,
you buy a camera and you put it on there, because I've gotten sleep paralysis, and that shit seems real, right? That's like the realest fucking shit. You know, I had sleep paralysis where somebody comes running up and fucking starts trying to pull me out of the bed, and I fucking wake up and I'm like, ah, shit! It's scary.
Ah, shit!
I've had sleep paralysis where somebody's like pinning me down, or what are they called? Night terrors. Or somebody's like pinning me down, looking over me, and it's like a very old person, like decrepit kind of looking, like almost rotten.
Oh shit!
And they're like inches away from your face and shit. I've had night terrors where somebody's in the closet, right? Like I'm sleeping and I have a big kind of like sliding door closet, you know, with mirrors on it. And I'm sleeping, but I kind of wake up and I can't really move, but I can see my room. I see everything. I see my old snake in its cage with the purple light on, and I see everything, right? I see underneath the door, that there's no light coming from underneath the door, and then to the right of that door, I see the closet, and I hear something running back and forth behind that closet. It was the creepiest thing. It's running back and forth, and it keeps scratching at the inside of the closet, and it's trying to get out. And I'm like, I gotta wake up. And I knew I was asleep. And I had to wake up. But I couldn't wake up. Couldn't fully get awake. And that thing was just crawling, just trying to get out of there. It was scurrying about in that closet. Creepiest feeling.
It's like a scary in between being partially awake and partially asleep, and your mind's just fucking with you because you're seeing things that are real in your room.
Yep.
But then the dream part of you is just like coming up with these scary things to imagine or to, you know, input into your brain, hear sounds and all that shit. I don't think I've had sleep paralysis or like night terrors or anything, but I know there's been certain circumstances where, like, you know, like when you're asleep and then you kind of turn over or whatever, so you like kind of wake up to turn over. And so there's I hate leaving doors open during nighttime when I have to go to sleep.
Sure,
so it's like I don't sleep with my door open to the rest of the house or the hallway or whatever. I don't sleep with the door open. I don't sleep with my closet open. My closet has to be completely shut. All of that. So because this has happened to me a couple times where I'm sleeping, and then like it just so happens where if I'm tossing or turning, and in between that I wake up, see my eyes are pointed towards, oh shit, my closet is slightly open. I left my closet slightly open, and then it's like I'm making myself scared because I think that there's someone looking at me
right
in the closet. So it's like I'm being frightened by myself. So it's like I'm laying in bed, I'm asleep, and then I wake up to like turn over, and then my eyes catch the closet slightly open because I accidentally left it slightly open. And so my eyes are just staring into that dark section of the open closet
where you can't see anything in.
But
you know they can see out.
Exactly. So it's like you can imagine anything in the darkness right there because you can't see it. So it's like anything can be in there.
Anything's in there.
Anyone and someone could be staring at you, watching you sleep in your closet, through your closet. And that's what I try. Like I convince myself, someone's gonna come out. They're gonna see that I'm awake. That's like my thought process. Oh shit, my closet's open.
It slams open and someone comes running.
Oh my god, if that were to happen somehow,
That's a fucking nightmare, dude.
That's worse. I'd
You're
probably
living
piss
a horror
myself.
movie.
I'd probably piss myself. That's how probably scared I'd be. But now, I mean, since those times that I've accidentally left my closet open or whatever, I just try my best before going to sleep. Okay, shutting my closet all the way closed or closing my door. I lock my door when I go to sleep.
Oh, I know.
So
we lock both doors, every door.
The front door, the bedroom door, the bathroom door. Put a lock on the closet too.
Closet door. It's rough trying to go to the bathroom in this house at night, guys.
No, well, I mean,
you gotta fiddle with the padlocks.
It just scares me to death, and it's like, fuck, like I have to like calm myself down. Like, Marlena, there's nothing over there, no one, but it's like just increasing. Like, fuck, they're gonna come out at any second. They're looking at me. They're gonna come out with a knife. They're gonna come out. They're coming. And then it's like, fuck, like I frighten myself so much, and so it's like I grab my remote so I could turn on the light or my phone and like try to like hope to God by the time I look over and turn back around, there isn't someone staring back at me or something.
You turn on the light and there's a face right there and it
my God.
moves into the shadows.
Oh, no.
You know what really gets you goat, Marlena, is you know how people have an inert fear for like a face watching you, right? Like you have that shock to your system when you see like a face. You know, so like something like that, like you see a pattern or whatever, and it looks like a head inside of your closet, right?
In reality, it's my sweater
and it's like
hood.
Your sweater,
and that's
or whatever.
happened to me before too.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a thing. There's an evolutionary reason for all these things, right? Your fear of the dark. There's an evolutionary reason for the fear of the dark, is because the dark has predators. And in the past, when we slept under the stars and huddled around fires and stuff, there was a big reason to be scared of the dark.
Yeah.
But what is the reason to be scared of another face that looks human but isn't human?
What do you mean?
So at
that
some
looks
point,
human that isn't human.
Is it
like
possible?
A ghost?
No. At some point, is it possible that there was something to be afraid of that looked human but wasn't human?
I don't know what you mean.
Like a skinwalker or something, you know? Like a just a crazy supernatural being out there.
But I would have never seen one before, though.
Well, you haven't. But that's what I'm saying.
In our past.
Yes.
You mean.
So there's a reason. Like, okay, so like there's a reason you're scared of something. There's a reason you're scared of the dark, because in the dark, there's bad stuff that happens. In the dark, there's fires.
Because you
something.
Can't see.
You
the
have
dark
to be
is
alert.
You can't see.
Sure.
So
but why are you scared of a pattern of a human face? You know? There's kind of like research on the topic where it's like, yo, you're actually scared. You're like say like you walk into a room, and have you ever like kind of like jumped because you're like, oh, somebody's standing right there, and then you look over and there's nobody there. It's like, oh fuck, that was scary. Like it was my fucking
like a coat rack or something.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
Well, it's because you're not expecting it to be.
Sure,
there.
Exactly. But what if? And I'm not saying that there is. But what if there was an actual reason in human history that we developed that fear alongside of our fear of the dark?
Well,
that's some spooky shit. That's all I'm saying. It's just spookiness.
Well, I mean,
it's just spookiness.
People are fucking dangerous and scary too. I mean,
that's true. Maybe the fear developed because, you know, you're sleeping on the grass and you look over and you see the other tribe poking their head out of the grass, and they're going to come try to get your tribe.
I mean, there was plenty of things to be scared of when you're vulnerable.
Yep.
Right? There's plenty of things to be scared of when you're vulnerable, especially back when you're, like you were saying, of when we would sleep under the stars. You know, not only were we afraid that there were animals to come put us in dangerous situations, there were also people to be afraid of too.
Absolutely.
It's a scary, scary world out there. Let death come towards us, I guess.
I'm waiting. Well, that's our spooky episode, I suppose. We talked about some spooky scenarios.
We talked about a few things.
Quite a few.
About a scary dating people and boring people.
Mainly boring and weird fucks out there. You boring weirdos. Well, guys, that's our podcast for the day.
Yes, thank you so much for listening. Send us an email yourself. Send us a spooky story.
Do you have a spooky story?
A dating nightmares or your real nightmares. Send us all those things at lifeonmutepodcast@gmail.com.
Yes.
Follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. We're all in those places.
Yep. Life on Mute Cast or Life on Mute for YouTube.
We are now available on Amazon Music.
What?
And Google Podcasts.
No way.
Yes. We're already available on Apple and Spotify. And YouTube. You can listen to us on YouTube too.
Well, that's just darn convenient.
Yes, we're available in plenty of things. There's no excuse. No excuse now. You gotta listen.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
Okay, guys. Thanks for listening. Make sure to share your love for this podcast to others. And like and subscribe. Thank you so much. See you guys next time.
Bye.
Goodbye.